so today we're going to be talking about your multimedia art project. And so a lot of times people hear the word multimedia and they start thinking about the computer and using different techniques on the computer to create a multimedia project, but that is not what we're talking about today. Today, what we are talking about is using multiple mediums to create a piece of artwork that goes together. It's cohesive is a good word for that, and makes sense, makes it interesting. So what we're going to do, you're going to start by creating a picture of anything that you want, literally anything that you want. If you want to draw a toilet as your subject matter, you can. That's totally up to you. One of the best drawings that I ever had a student do, she created her mom's laundry room and had a dead mouse in the corner, and it was complete chaos. It was fabulous. Okay, so I'm going to show you a few examples. You're going to do your drawing on a big piece of paper, then we're going to cut it into 8 different pieces. Why would we do that, Ms. Gamble? That's just crazy. We're going to kind of make our own personal puzzle. We're going to cut it into 8 pieces, and you're going to select 8 different mediums with which to complete your work. And there's a whole list of mediums that I'll include for you. And I'm going to show you some examples now. So a lot of students I have choose landscapes or some sort of scenery. And you can see here the different mediums that have been used. We have pencil, paint, marker, colored pencil, crayon, chalk. A lot of times there's watercolor paint in here as well. And this one is marker, even though it's hard to tell because of the style that he used to color it in. So even though it was cut into 8 pieces, those 8 pieces go together into one picture, so that makes it cohesive again. You wouldn't want to paint this part of the sky purple and this sky green. I mean, it's fine to paint a purple and green sky, but you want your sky to match all the way across so it goes together. Okay, here's another example. They've used paper as one of their mediums, but you get the idea. This is a close-up landscape for some student that wanted to include the smaller aspects of landscape. Here is one that is of this person's favorite subject, which is deer hunting. They like to hunt deer, so there we go. And then this student took landscape in a whole different direction. They have done the skyline of a city, okay? And they've used tissue paper, regular paper, and even fabric. So again, make good choices when you're deciding which mediums you want to include in your work. You can make abstract art, which is just color and shape. It doesn't look like anything specific. I have a few examples of that. This one was actually cut into way more than 8 pieces, and they've used magazine also. And see, this one is even more interesting. She tried to incorporate a lot of different things about herself into this picture, but again, it's still very abstract or non-representational. It doesn't look like anything specific. Some students choose to focus on a very specific subject matter. So, for example, this is a soccer shoe and a soccer ball, which expressed a lot about this student's personality. Again, we cut it into different shapes, used different mediums on each one, and it went back together to complete and make a cohesive picture. Okay? We have one student wanted to do Pac-Man, and so it could have been colored in a little bit neater, but I liked this idea. The design itself came together and started to be kind of interesting. Okay? This one, an animal. Again, I think the background could have been a little more interesting, but this is what we're gonna work to improve on. And last is my example. Again, there's paper here, crayon, marker, paint, chalk, pastel, watercolor paint, colored pencils, marker, and oil pastel up here. But again, when you get far away, it really looks just like one picture. There's nothing that's drawing away interest from anywhere else, and it matches pretty well. So that's going to be your goal for this project. Number 1, select something that you want to draw. Do some sketches, send those to me. Make sure that they are interesting enough. Then when you're ready, we'll put that on the big paper. We'll cut it into at least 8 pieces. Each piece you will complete with a different medium, and at the end we will put them all back together and see what kind of magical art you have created.